Hello and welcome to another episode of Aren't You Exhausted? The podcast. I'm your host, Ashley. Today we're going to be reacting to a little bit of what happened last night, late last night. Chantal decided to have a total meltdown last night around midnight, 1 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time at least. We had a little bit of a community tab rage. We had a little bit of some just messiness, as you can see here. She also posted a video update titled Quick Update. She hasn't deleted it yet. It may get deleted soon, though, probably as soon as she gets back to Kuwait. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and discuss some of the community tab posts, as you see flooding my screen. And then we are going to watch the update video that she did. And then kind of give our opinions along the way. So, buckle up. Hopefully this won't be extremely long, but it's going to take a little chunk out of your day. And we're just going to move forward. So, I'm going to read through the community posts first. Let me remove some of these. They're not in any particular order. I don't think any of them really had any timestamps to them, so I am going based solely off of nothing. I am just going to read them as I have them in order. These were posted by, who was it by? Chantal's Fried Rice, or at Funkle Pondu on Twitter, or X as some people are calling it nowadays. But I give them full credit for this. I did not clip these. I found them on Twitter. It was actually the first post that was on my feed this morning, so that is why you're getting it like this. This first post right here says, okay, now I'm done with YouTube for a week. And yes, this is a psychotic episode. I'm frustrated and over putting my life out there for the entertainment of others. It's clearly not healthy, and I'm tired of stupid people. To my supporters, love, see you later. I'm going to refrain commenting from that one. But let's go ahead and move on to the second one. He cheated on you. We moved on. You know nothing. I cheated on someone I love dearly. Also, and guess what? I learned and never did it since. People change, and besides that one incident, everything else is amazing about him. Mind your business. Stop judging things you know nothing about. I mean, the bar is set so low for Chantal in terms of relationships. This relationship with Sala is, he gives her attention. That's it. He gives her attention. And he begs for her to come back because she's this fucking cash cow. The we moved on part is only after he begged her incessantly when she was still in Canada to come back, that he was sorry, that he apologized, and it would never happen, that it was a fetish. He gave her all the things that she needed to hear to take that relationship back on, and Chantal fell for it. The stop judging things you know nothing about, then stop sharing it online. Stop fucking using the internet as a therapist. Stop sharing it online. If you don't want the consequence of sharing information like this online, stop sharing it. My cat is going crazy. Let's move it along here. Your YouTube career will be over if you go back. Do you know how stupid that sounds? You think I give an actual crap if people don't want to watch me anymore because I'm doing something I want to do with my own life, good riddance. Don't care, never will. Eventually, I will rebuild a different audience anyway. Hold on. I think she meant this and not this. I think she meant this. As if you people think I'm going to live my life how a bunch of strangers online want me to. I am not more alive here. I am high here to deal with the depression. This is how she would do it. Um, Again, though, like, you do give a crap or you wouldn't be posting about it. It is getting to you. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be posting about it. The fact that you're giving it any kind of recognition means that it does affect you. It is affecting you. And that you do care. This eventually I will rebuild a different audience anyway. It's never going to happen because you keep going back to your old set ways of retaliating by coming after channels that are discussing you, by needing to explain yourself. It's never going to change until you start making actual fucking changes to your life. It's never going to change. And strangers on the internet are giving you their opinion of how they think you should live your life because you overshare on the fucking internet. You overshare. Stop using the internet as your therapy. We are not your therapists. I mean, that's it. That's really all there is. Moving on to the next. And no, I didn't come here for a visa run. Why would I come here for that when it's too expensive? It's not your business about my visa status. I'm done with YouTube. You people need a damn life. We might, but uh, a lot of us might. But to say that this wasn't a visa run, Chantal, it fucking was. Like, it has visa run written all over it. I think the reason you chose Canada was because it was surrounding your birthday. You were expecting your mom and them to kind of baby you for your birthday, your family to baby you for your birthday, and you were going to get gifts and, you know, all that stuff that comes with being a Serault uh, around your birthday. Um, but also, like, it's right around the time you would have to do a visa run. And people aren't stupid. You go back to Canada because you have good access to the drugs there, the edibles, the, you know what I mean? You have access to it easily. And it makes all the sense that this was a visa run. It doesn't make sense for it to be the other way, for you to drop, like, the manic in you cannot be that manic to where you're dropping, $2,000 on fixing the Kia up. You're dropping another grand-ish on takeout meals for the weekend that you were there because you're eating out 3 or 4 times a day in your vehicle. And on top of it, the drugs that you're consuming also cost money. And then the plane ticket. To think that Sala fully funded that plane ticket is also laughable. Like, Chantal, you paid for that ticket yourself. He may have given you the money for it because you have fucking put your money in his account, but, like, it's your money. You paid for your own ticket. And, I'm not stupid to think that you can't afford that, like, $2,000 plane ticket to get to Canada, but, like, you can't afford it all the time, and that's why the trips for your visa runs aren't to Canada all the time. But it seems to coincide around holidays or around times where you would receive gifts from people. That's when your visa trips end up being to a little bit more expensive and to Canada. But also, you're not wrong on some of the people needing a life. But two wrongs can also be right. um People are so dumb, they don't see how they contradict themselves. LMAOOO. We're really, we're really falling off on that one. He doesn't love you. Don't go back for him. In the same breath, people claim I make 2,800 a month and I am broke. People claim I make. I read that over again. I am broke and barren, blah, 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 fat, blah, blah, blah. He can't come to Canada, blah, blah. Okay, so then by your logic, if he's paid two, if he's paid two international flights for me this month alone, and I cannot offer him any of the above things he would benefit from, then why is he with me? LMAO, morons. Well, I mean, he's with you because he needs a paycheck, and you afford him the luxury of being able to have these little hobby businesses that don't really pan out into anything. Sans the perfume business and whatever else he's meddling in, probably like drop shipping shit. Um, but that's why none of these businesses pan out. But you allow him the luxury of being able to dabble in all these little things because you are making the money on YouTube. Um, he hasn't paid for two international flights. The money may be coming out of his account, but you are putting that money in his account. So like it is definitely your money. He's just getting to be the big boy and say that it's his money because it's on his card. um the broken baron thing, like, I don't think you're broke. Yes, you probably make dramatically less than you used to in the Nodder area where your era where you were a complete disaster, but I'm not naive to think that you're not making enough to make ends meet. uh the being barren thing, whatever. People don't have kids all the time. It's not, it doesn't make you one way or another having kids or not having kids. Yes, in the Middle East, it's more sought after to have a wife for procreation, for lineage, to carry on your family name. But it's modern day, and a lot more people are choosing not to have children. I don't think that's that big of a deal. But again, I'm not living in a Middle Eastern country, so that may be the drawback, where Middle Eastern people that are living in a more westernized world may choose not to have children. I don't think it's as common in Middle Eastern countries for people to just say, no, we don't want children. You know what I mean? But Salah doesn't have his mother there to kind of aid in that way of thinking, and it's just, I guess, his father and his sibling. So I don't know what life for them's like out there. I'm I am an American citizen. I've never been outside of America, so I can't speak on that. But I know that the money did not come from him. It may have came from his account, but it did not come from him. And I know none of the other things have any real pull, I don't think, in a modern time. The issues with the relationship are another thing. Like, just because in those texts you saw that he didn't go any further, that she didn't come there, it wasn't because he couldn't. It was because he didn't have the finances to do so. You probably took your finances with you when you go on these visa runs or these trips away from him. And there's been other speculation that these runs are done coincidentally around the time you guys are fighting, and you're doing this to show him, like, you can't live without me. I am your bread and butter. Like, I want to have you grovel for me to come back, because if not, I'm not going to come back. Like, taunt like that. I can see that being a thing because it's something Amberlyn also holds over the people she's with monetarily. She'll hold over the fact that, like, she is the breadwinner. She's the one that affords you all of these niceties. Like, you're going to do what she wants when she wants it, or she'll go elsewhere. Uh, that's just how they work, and it's bizarre. Um, the ending thought was needing a break from the internet. Again, I don't think Chantal is going to take a long break from the internet. I think the 7-day suspension that she had is the longest I think she's ever taken a break from the internet. But like she uses the internet so often for free therapy and to be able to vent, and she seeks out that attention so much, even if it's bad attention, that it's an addiction in itself. Like, she cannot stay off of the internet. She's constantly searching herself on Twitter. That's where she's coming up with this shit, is from Twitter. Searching herself up, looking at reaction channels. Like, fucking stop. People could be saying a shit ton about me on other channels, on Twitter, and I'm not gonna look myself up. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Um, but like, you have to stop. As a content creator, you have to be willing to have a thick skin when people are talking shit about you. If you know yourself that what they're saying is untrue, that should be all you need. You shouldn't have to validate it. They can have their opinion until it becomes detrimental to your character, to like something, and something has to be said. When you're making a statement, make sure you have receipts to back it up, or like something to back it up, because if not, it's gonna be dead air. You're always gonna have some people that do not like or do not care or think that you're lying with everything you say because of your past. If you really want to move on from it, make the fucking changes. See a therapist. Work on your health. You are raw dogging diabetes right now. You are abusing medication to counteract the fact that you are doing fuck all as far as diet is concerned with your diabetes. You are eating a shit ton of carbs, a shit ton of sugar, drinking most of your calories. Like, it is so fucking bizarre to see somebody just be like, I've got diabetes, but they gave me medication. I'm just going to double up on it when my fucking numbers get too high. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You're supposed to make changes to your diet to fix this. And if you have a food addiction like you do, you need to fucking seek some kind of inpatient treatment. I'm sorry. Like, if your food addiction is so bad that you cannot go without fast food or gluttonously eating and hiding food, you need inpatient. They need to teach you. They need to re-teach you how to eat normally. And that's all I gotta say about that. Because I feel like it's too mean, like, to sit here and constantly berate her for the same things. I feel like I'm yelling at my child, and I don't like yelling at my child. Like, I try to explain to her why I'm upset and why, like, explain feelings, because I don't want it to come off mean. Because it's not out of a place of anger. It's not out of a place of malice. It's out of, like, I need you to understand, and I need you to realize that, like, if you want changes, if you want people to take you seriously, if you want, like, all of these things, you have to make changes. You have to relay that information that you're making an effort, and you're not making any effort. None. I think I've said enough on that. We're going to watch the beautiful video now. And that's going to be it. I'll end it at that and take it for what it is. This was supposed to be really short. I'm almost 20 minutes in. Y'all, it's become a rant. It's become a rant, but I digress. Let's go ahead and watch the video. I'm going to pause right here. We're going to insert the video. That. So this is the video. I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and I'm going to read out the text that she puts on the screen, because for the most part, it's just a text only video. It's got just, I guess, of wherever she was parked. But it says final update for a while. I'm going back to Kuwait. I got a bit nostalgic for Canada, but when I get here, my feelings change. Moving here feels like a step back. There will be no going back to how things were. I love my new life as a revert, and despite not being perfect, I will get closer to Allah, inshallah. The vibe in the Middle East is the best. Islamic countries are best. This sounds like a cult. This sounds like an extremist version of the Middle East. She has such a fetishized view of Middle Eastern culture that it's honestly mind-boggling. And I love that she's like, and despite not being perfect, I will get closer to Allah, inshallah. I mean, all it takes is reading the fucking Quran, Chantal. You've had a year and a half and you've read like 50 pages. Anyhow, moving on. Supporters have threatened to unsub if I choose a direction in life they don't like. I say, please leave. I don't need fair weather followers. Boundaries, people. Boundaries. If any of you who sent me money for my new place here want it back, let me know and I will return it to you. No problem. Highly unlikely. The people that sent you fucking money are the people that support your nonsense shit in the Nader era. So probably not. I've changed too much to enjoy living here now. Whether you believe it or not, it's not my job to convince people of anything. I mean, other than wearing a hijab and being more modest with what you're wearing, you haven't really changed much per se. You still, in times of stress and depression and like manic episodes, revert back to picking these stupid fights with reactors and stuff when obviously the best thing would just be ignore it, but you avidly go on and search up your name on Twitter, on YouTube, and you like look out for what people are saying about you. Just stop. Like if it doesn't bother you, why are you going out and avidly searching for it? Um, my husband vowed to take good care of me and to support me even more on my health journey if I return. I will take more of a break now. I will focus on myself. See you. Now, in this part right here, she said so much without realizing it. My husband vowed to take good care of me and to support me even more on my health journey if I return. So there's stipulation right there through her own words on if he's going to be supportive of her health journey, if she returns, if she goes back to Kuwait and provides him with the lifestyle that she has afforded him. If. Now, if you're truly married and it's for love and you both love each other so much, why is this conditional? You know what I mean? Why, like my husband would never put a stipulation on, you know, wanting to support me in a health journey if I decided to be on one. It wouldn't be like I had to do something for him to be able to be supportive and supporting me on whatever I was doing. Like there wouldn't be stipulation there, which it leaves me to think that either this visa run, it was coincidentally a visa run, but this visa run was also because they were fighting, and Chantal and Amberlynn both do this thing where like they want to show who's in actual charge of things by doing this because of the the reaction that they get from their significant others to want to beg and, plead for them to come back because they hold things over their heads. In this instance, it's financial. In Amberlynn's past instances, it was financial. And I think the only reason, like with Amberlynn's last situation, is because who she was with already had a job and didn't necessarily need her money. That was just fun money. And, like, she was tired of Amber's shit. But Saleh doesn't live in that luxury. Everything that he has now was afforded to him because of Chantal. And even his jobs, his businesses that he has, are afforded to him through Chantal. Like, those businesses that he's been in, the perfume and whatever else he does, probably like drop shipping shit, is afforded to him by Chantal because she's paying for all the supplies for it. He's a hobby husband. Like, he picks and chooses like these little hobbies and stuff that he wants to do, and yes, he may make a little bit of money off of them here and there, but like they're not sustainable. They're not anything that can support their lifestyle. If it's not for Chantal, they would not be able to live as comfortably as they do in Kuwait. And even then, like with the dipping of views and the backlash and her deleting content, she's further depleting her line of like credit with him. If she cannot provide him financially, I don't see him sticking around. I don't see him, staying with her. And it's not that like it's not even an attraction thing at this point. It's like he sees you as an investment and he's investing in you, but like everything he does there on out, like as being supportive and taking good care of you and, doing things for your health journey, this is also an investment to him. If you return, he will help you work on that. He will be supportive of that. But like if you're in a different country and he doesn't get the benefit of that, he's not going to help you. Good husbands don't do that. Husbands in general should not do that. It should not be circumstantial. It should not be, a stipulation of their love and affection and care towards you and wanting you to be better. Yeah. Those are my thoughts on everything. Thank you guys for watching. That was pretty much the end of the video. This is the last text in that line. I am planning on a live stream later on this week. I will post it a day prior in my community tab post of when I'm planning on it. But we're just going to discuss anything new going on with Chantal. She should by then technically be back in Kuwait. So whether or not she'll upload, I don't know. Whether or not she'll do a community post, I don't know. Whether or not she'll be commenting on other people's shit, I don't know. But whatever we find, I will talk about it on the pod or on the live stream. And then anything new going on with Amberlynn. I know she's constantly posting on her TikTok and her Instagram Q&As, so maybe we'll find some more tidbits along the way there. But other than that, thank you guys for sticking with me. And thank you guys for the new subscribers. I didn't expect so many people to subscribe over my latest videos, but it's appreciative. I appreciate it. And hopefully I continue to put out content that you guys want to watch. For the most part, most of the comments have been pretty supportive. I have gotten a few a few words of criticism towards my content, but that is kind of par for the course. You kind of expect it at this point, but I'm still going to keep creating. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me, and I'll see you in the next one.